Yo, Raider Nation, what it do? What it do? It's your boy Dirty Man, live in the building, post game show. You know what I mean? We here to talk about what's going on. But first, let's do the intro. All right. What it do, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. That is the new intro for now. Ladies and gentlemen. Let's just get jumping to it, bro. Let's just jump into it. 50 billion things on the face of the planet you could be doing. The fact that you allow me to grace your screen for any amount of time is greatly appreciated. More than I can verbally express. Oh man, what did we just watch? Somebody please let me know what we just watched. I'm not gonna keep you for long because I know people are like, man, I just want to go to bed. I just want to get some sleep. I stayed up for this. Look, I'll say this. The defense did their thing today. The defense honestly did their thing today. Um, they they gave us all the opportunity in the world to win this game, bro. And they literally, man, I swear for goodness, bro. Like the offense just could not get, and really, I'll say the offense really started to turn bad when JPJ went down. You know what I mean? Up until JPJ going down, I felt like we were doing all the right things. You know what I mean? I felt like the the temp, we wasn't, and even with JPJ, and we had opportunities that we just didn't capitalize on. But I mean, can we get a game where both sides of the ball complement each other? Can we just get one of those games, man? Just one. I mean, I don't. It ain't got to be all season, but I would show enough love to see one game where the offense and the defense both perform at a good level and win a football game. We lost 10-7 to the Denver Broncos. Um, and they're 8-2 now, right? They're 8-2, and we're 2-8, I guess. You know what I mean? Or 2-7 now. I guess we're 2-7. Um, and we were right there with them. So it's not like we're a terrible football team. You know what I mean? Like we're not terrible. We just don't ever seem to play together. Like we don't play together. It makes literally no sense to me as to why we look the way we do. Um, I will say Gino earned big respect staying in the game. pressing through, trying to at least give us an opportunity. I don't know what's going on with Daniel Carlson. I these missed kicks, these things are unforgivable, man. I'm not understanding what the deal is with these missed kicks. I mean, it it would be understandable if you missed, a kick every now and then, you know what I mean? If you go 15 games before you miss a kick, cool. But every game this year, and you're getting penalties on the kickoffs too. Like, I don't know what's going on with Daniel Carlson, but he needs to fix it. Like, he need to get right between the mind. You know what I mean? We all know that the kid's got a leg, but something somewhere is not clicking for him, man. You know what I mean? He needs to get right in between the brain, you know what I mean, in order to continue to have any success in this NFL, man. He gonna be looking for another job next year, man. I can almost guarantee you this man's gonna be looking for another job next year. Um, but the offense just I don't know what it is. We should stop throwing the ball to Brock Bowers in the second quarter. You know what I mean? Like, using them all through the first quarter. We technically used them all the way down on the first drop on our first scoring drive. You know what I mean? We used them all the way down there. Then we gave the ball to Genty. And then it's like we never went back to Brock Bowers again. Like, and I saw the defense that they were playing on him, but yet and still, like, bro, give that man an opportunity to be a part of the game so that he can make things change. Like, that's our game changer. Brock Bowers is our game changer. You get the ball in his hands, things can be done, things will happen. But we can't seem to get the ball in anybody's hands, really. Like, I'm just, man. But, I got to take my hats off to the defense. They really played good, great. Actually, they played great football tonight, man. 2 turnovers. Um, Caillou Blue Kelly got 2 picks. I mean, they were on tips, but you know what? Hey, look, a lot of people interceptions this year is off tips and batted balls. To have the awareness, to stay focused, to locate the ball when it's up in the air like that and come down with it, hey, you got to applaud that. You know what I mean? You really do got to applaud that. I mean, especially when you're really not receiving turnovers like that. You know what I mean? When you're not getting turnovers, it man, man, I don't know. But people say, oh, there's next week. I'm not looking forward to next week. I'm not looking forward to next week. I believe we play the Dallas Cowboys next week on Monday. Next Monday. So hopefully, Gino, you know, gets a chance to heal up, because look, we gotta. It's almost like a bye week now. You know what I mean? It's almost like a bye week, almost. Um, Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. I got a guest backstage, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of my brothers. You know what I mean? That I truly, truly, truly rock with on a real personal basis. You know what I mean? Whenever I'm in his city, I gotta holler at him. I gotta go see him. We gotta break bread. We gotta get something to eat. I've been rocking with him for years, since I started my channel. Um, and to see him grow, and for him to be around like he is, ladies and gentlemen, it's a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the one, the only, the CEO of Brown Crackers, the chaplain of NWA, Mr. Raider Twan. What's good with you, Twan?
Obviously, they need no brown crackers today.
Man, man.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. We here, but they didn't show up.
Hey, look. I feel you, RDF, man. Look, They gave us every opportunity to win the game. The defense gave us every opportunity to win the game. The offense just, for some reason, after we scored that first touchdown, it just literally disappeared after that. Greg says, I'm not tripping over this loss tonight. Bro, I'm not tripping on none of these losses, bro. You know what I mean? Because in all honesty, I'm not expecting any wins. You know what I mean? I was expecting wins before the season started. But now that I'm watching, bro, it's like I can't even tell you what the problem is. I can't tell you if it's bad play calling, if it's horrible offensive line play, if it's the quarterback. Like, bro, I couldn't even tell you.
Y'all better than me,
man.
I just messaged one of my brothers in the nation. I said this one makes me hella mad.
There's really no excuse as to why we lost tonight's game, bro. Especially, with Denver being who they are right now. You know what I mean? With their record, with them having the second, now they are the best team in the NFL right now until the other teams plays this weekend. But bro, like at this point in time, like, bro, I want to blame the janitor. I want to blame Mark Davis. I want to blame the parking lot attendants. You know what I mean? At the Health Net Center, bro. Like, bro, I want to blame any and everybody that has anything to do with this organization. I want to blame the fans. You know what I mean? I want to blame everybody, but can't blame everybody. You know what I mean? I can't put it all on everybody. So, for how you been, man? What was your takeaways from tonight's game?
Pretty much my take since like week 2. Here we go again, beating ourselves. There was nothing that the Broncos did that there was really nothing that the Broncos did that I was like, oh, they beat us at that. The offensive line that we have is exactly what we have, and that's one of the major issues that we have on this team. And some people want to talk about how good their pass rush was, but even with all their pass rush, there was opportunities to make plays, and we failed to make those plays. There's some things there's these things that are on the side of your body, and they kind of extend, and I'll help you guys because I have a really small camera, but they're these. And if you don't know what, and Raiders, if you don't know what these are hands. They're meant to catch the ball. If you're a football player,
mm-hmm.
and for some reason, we got some players that ain't got some of these, and that was a huge problem. When you look, and I stopped counting, and I got to go back and do the homework because you guys know I do homework. But when I got out the half, we should have came out with at least 23 points.
Yeah, we should have had anywhere from 17 to 24 points in the first half.
Just in the first half alone. And I'm starting to be convinced that I understand why Chip Kelly's not running a lot of plays for Ashton Jeanty, and I'll look at the tape to confirm that. But there's something there. So if you follow me, stay tuned because I will be diving into that probably most likely tonight because that's a big issue.
Yo, Odd Six, my guy, man. Blessings to you, Brody. Love you, man. Love you. You already know. You know what I mean? You just pulling up. If you'd have been here in the beginning, man, you would have seen the new intro. You know what I mean? I got everybody in the new intro, really. Everybody that I really rock with, you know what I mean? They all in the new intro. I'll probably run it again, you know what I mean, just so people can see it. But as I said in my last show, I'm getting back to my old school ways. You know what I mean? It's about the nation, first and foremost with me. It's about the nation, you know what I mean? And about the support and the love that I get from everybody. So if you see me out and we take a picture, you're more than likely gonna end up in the intro. The intro just gonna expand and expand and expand. And then of course, I got a little ass shaking at the end, you know what I mean? I had to, because I'm known for my 30 seconds. So, I had to put 30 seconds on the end. More like 10 seconds, but still, I had to put the 10 seconds on the end. And then 30 seconds will be it is back. You know what I mean? I do have a new 30-second clip. The 30-second clips are back. Like I said, back to my old school ways. Appreciate the super chat, Brody. They didn't bring their tackle box high panel. Bro, look, I can't even say that the Raiders didn't bring their tackle box, bro.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Because they made some tackles today, bro. They made some tackles. For sure, JT. What you could have texted me back that, bro. You could have texted me back that. But I can't say that they didn't bring their tackle box today. Because in all honesty, the defense didn't let me down today.
Mm.
I really don't have anything bad to say about the defense. I believe in the first half, the Broncos had a total of 24 yards the whole first half. And they ended the game with less than 150. So it's not like the defense let them ball out today. Like, how many passes did they really complete on us? How many runs for gains did they really have? Like, not a lot. For the most part, they started the game. They started every possession with bad field position, except for one or two.
And I think and I agree with you. I think they did bring their tackle box, but if there was a point where you say they didn't bring their tackle box, that was at the end of the game when obviously that defense has been gassed because you have not only our team going 3 and out, offensively, but then you got Daniel Carlson missing field goals, like they think, we got 3. They try to take a breather, try to take some Gatorade, and they got to go back out there on the field. So there was a lot of places, especially at the end of the game, that I some of those missed tackles that you would say, statistically, those were because they've been on the field for so long. But overall, this defense plays stellar. I was happy with where this defense was playing. That offense is really what our issue is. And again, I don't. And I can't blame it on Chip Kelly because everybody wants to blame Chip Kelly. I don't blame this on Chip Kelly. You know what I'm saying? When you got receivers out there dropping passes that are right in their hands. You know what I'm saying? The basic stuff. And then you also got running backs that ain't you know what I'm saying? They're supposed to be in there blocking and they're missing their assignments.
Man, so, Mostert missed that. Look.
Mostert and Ashton.
Look, I'm not so much on Ashton mission blocks. That's you can write that off as being a rookie. You're not gonna make, but that Mostert one, now look, I'm 50-50 with that. I felt like he was way too close to the line of scrimmage. He took himself out the play. He couldn't see the guy. But you saw him when the line was down. Why you didn't make no adjustments? You know what I mean? You Gino hurt. You know what I mean? Gino ain't moving like that. Why you don't make no adjustment to, bro? We struggle on third downs all game. When it came to passing the ball, bro, for some reason on third down, they was on our ass every single time. Every single time. And RDF, you ain't wrong. JPJ hurt a lot, bro. it hurt us a lot, bro, because Kappa was not coming off the ball in a timely manner. He just wasn't. You know what I mean? He was late to come off the ball for a good portion of the game that he was in. So, you know, it hurt.
But that's IQ stuff, man. I'm sorry, especially when it comes to, and it's not Ashton. I'm talking about Mostert. You a safety on the outside. He literally came from the back. You know what I'm saying? He came down. So why are you not seeing the safety creeping towards the line of scrimmage on the outside, and you still were blocking on the inside? Who was going to pick that up? That's the issue that I have, especially with Mostert on that blocking situation. I can't give him the pass. You didn't see that safety creeping down to the line of scrimmage, not in the A gap or the B gap. He's on the outside of the tackle. So you knew he was blitzing. It's like it just we shot ourselves in the foot, and we continue to shoot ourselves in the foot. I said this since week 2. And I'm sorry to be this frustrated about it, but I've been saying this since week 2. I still have not met a team this year that has beat the Raiders. We have literally beat ourselves.
Nah, there's 2 teams that whooped our ass. Well, 3 teams. There's 3 teams this year that literally whooped our ass. And yeah, I stand on that. The Redskins, or the Commanders, whatever you want to call them, the Colts, and the Chiefs. They waxed our ass this year, bro. I don't give a shit what nobody say. I watched them games. They waxed our ass.
We still be shooting ourselves in the foot, whether you believe that or not.
No, you right, but I'm just saying, in those 3 games, them was ass whoopings, bro. Them was belt the rears. Bow, bow, bow.
And it's almost like clockwork. Every single game we our defense plays well or whatever, and then we're in the game, and there's opportunities for us to blow the game open. We failed to do it, and then all of a sudden, either time ran out or they bust one. And I was waiting for it this game. I was like, watch, they gonna at the end of the game, they're gonna bust the touchdown, and that's gonna be the game. Or and the way that we were playing, I was like, watch, if this dude makes that field goal, we that's it.
I knew when Carlson missed, I said, yeah, that's game. That game right there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming up on the 24th minute of the show. We are going to take a 40-second break. Hope you enjoy. Actually, hold on. Let's get this off the screen first. Now, let's enjoy our 40-second break. We are back. We are back. We are back. Hope you guys enjoyed the 40-second break. There will be more of those to come. There will be more of those to come, ladies and gentlemen. I said we are back. We are back in the business of entertaining. Since our goddamn football team can't entertain us offensively, I have to pick up the slack. I have to pick up the slack, and I have to put a form of entertainment out there, ladies and gentlemen. The beats that you hear behind the intros, behind the 40-second clips, they are all produced by Black and Grayed Out, one of our own. You know what I mean? He is the producer that produces all the beats. He also has an artist out that y'all may want to check out if y'all into, you know, good clean music, you know what I mean, or fair fun music, you know what I mean. His name is Truman. You know what I mean? His name is Truman. You check him out, you know what I mean? He is produced by one of our own, Sir Black and Grayed Out, my guy. Um Look, I gotta speak on Gino real quick. The last two games I have seen from Gino what I had been hoping to see from Gino all year long. He's made some mistakes. He's really got to get that pass back down at the offensive line. He's got to get that out of his repertoire. I went back and I watched last week's last play. You know what I mean? I watched it and I watched it and I watched it. And everybody kept telling me, oh, the guy jumped. Here's the thing. Yes, the guy jumped. Gino pumped. He brought it back. But then the guy was on the ground when he actually batted the ball down. The ball, had he not batted it down, honestly, it would have hit the lineman in the back of the head. It had a very low trajectory. And then everybody is saying that Lockett was open. Lockett wasn't open on the second pump. By the time the ball would have got to Lockett, the defender had already noticed what was going on and was making his way. So it would have still been an incomplete pass. It still would have been an incomplete pass. The only person that was open that he wasn't throwing to was Mayers. Mayers was cutting, not Mayers, Myers. Myers. Myers was cutting across the middle. You know what I mean? To the back of the end zone. He was pretty much by himself. That's where the ball should have actually gone. You know what I mean? Versus out to Lockett. Because Lockett was open on the first pump. He was not open on the second pump. And by the time dude hit the ground, by the time Gino released the ball, the guy who batted it down was already on the ground.
There was a lot of people. There was actually a lot of people throughout that play that were open at some point in that series. That's why I don't, I'm starting to, kind of give a little pass towards Chip, because he's designing some of these things and drawing up some of these things. And even today, just for the first glance of what I saw, there was routes that were open and people was getting open, and they just were not executing it, whether it was the offensive line or they went out there and had no hands.
Man, at Cartel ENT, man, appreciate you pulling up, Brody. Thank you. You know what I mean? Much love and respect to you. But it's Thursday night, brother. It's Thursday night. It's not Sunday morning. It wasn't a 10 a.m. game. No need for mimosas. You know what I mean? With the straw, hopefully, you know what I mean, when you get the mimosas, you get the strawberries, you cut the top off, split it, you know what I mean, drop them in your mimosas, you know what I mean? But to each their own, you know what I mean? But it is a Thursday night, you know what I mean? You might want something a little bit harder than a mimosa, brother. You may want something a little bit harder than a mimosa, my man. But bro, thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate you. This offensive line has got to be rebuilt. This offensive line. Look, if JPJ is gone, if JPJ is gone for any extended amount of time, it's gonna be a problem. Alfredo, my guy, man, what's good with you, man? Blessings to you, man. Blessings to you. Like I said, I'm going old school out here, man. I'm going old school when it pop up. I'm trying to put everybody in the show, man. If you take the time to type, I'm gonna try and get it on the screen as much as I can. Hopefully, I ain't missed nobody or I ain't missed anything. Milk One, yeah, I appreciate, yeah, I mean, I try to do what I could do, RDF, man, I mean, I try to do what I could do. I'm trying to get back to being the most entertaining thing in the late night for Raider YouTube. I'm slowly working my way into getting in more shows in a week, but right now I'm comfortable with one a week. You know what I mean? I'm comfortable with one show a week right now. I'm gonna try and get back into the 2, 3s, 4s. I'll never do more than 4 shows in a week. But yeah, I know I used to be here every night, but I can't do every night anymore. He says this team has a lot of work to do in the offseason. Man, more than a lot, Cartel. More than a lot. But their number one focus really needs to be this offensive line. You know what I mean? You got a running back. Your wide receivers could be good if your quarterback had the opportunity to actually get them the ball. He really doesn't have any time to read the field. He doesn't. You know what I mean? He's, especially when Brock Bowers is like the 4th option in a play. He ain't got time to get there. You know what I mean? He ain't got the time to get there. Now, people were saying, and that's why I was trying to wait for JT, because JT was trying to argue with me earlier that, you don't sit Thornton because Thornton, is supposed to be the number 1. But in all honesty, I don't think Thornton is the number 1.
Where my camera at?
You know what I mean? Thornton is not number 1. You know what I mean? Thornton is probably number 3. He's the number 3 option, truthfully. I believe it goes Brock Bowers 1, Trey Tucker 2, and then Thornton. And then actually he might be 4, because I think Michael Mayers might be a option above him before. You know what I mean? So
Thornton need to be option number 20. Tell me what he does good.
Man.
What somebody in the chat tell me what Dante Thornton, because I got a whole bunch of people that got Dante Thornton in their mouth. What does he do good?
I haven't seen it yet, honestly. What else can we say about this team? It gets real damn stale, but y'all still put on a show. Salute to everyone on the panel. Hey man, yeah, thank you. Hey man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate that. That means a lot, man. You know what I mean? That truly means a lot. Raider Knight, my guy, what's good with you, man? Blessings to you. Blessings to you.
Trust me, it's hard. It is tough to get up here on this screen and talk about how bad this team has shot themselves in the foot every week to week. But somebody got to do it.
One way booster 01. There's no way Pete is still a coach after this year. I can agree with you, but we'll have to wait and see. Because if Chip Kelly is next up in line, I don't want that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You're gonna have to give me a real viable option, you know what I mean, to replace Pete Carroll. Because if it's Chip Kelly, I'm not interested. I'm really not interested in that, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's about it. Alfredo, Alfredo's answering your question, Twan. What has Thornton done good? He's fast. But look, as I told you before,
and
speed don't equal hands.
Man,
y'all remember when we passed on Crabtree for a guy with speed who couldn't catch a cold in a snowstorm, butt naked, with ice block shoes on? I'm just saying. Raider Knight also says Bowers not getting any touches in the second half is a crime against humanity. Look, Raider Knight, see here, and I agree with you, but here's my thing. Everybody's saying second half. Bro, Brock Bowers didn't touch the ball after 3 minutes passed in the second quarter.
And I'm not saying this is exactly what happened, but this is possibly there. This might be the possibility defensively, because again, you have situations like back in the day when Belichick was running the Patriots, where schematically they'll say, we're going to shut down Bowers per se and make anybody else beat us.
And that's the defense that they played. They did. They played high-low on him. You know what I mean?
And those opportunities, that's when you have the and I'm just gonna say the names: Dante Thornton, the Trey Tuckers, the Jack Bech. Those are the guys when their number is called, they're supposed to go out there and produce.
But here's the problem, Twan. But here's the problem. That's MFing Brock Bowers. You know what I mean? I'm trying to limit my cussing. That's MFing Brock Bowers, bro.
I get it.
You know what I mean? You take that chance every now and then. I'm not saying all the time, but every now and then you just got, hey, look, you just got to take that chance. But I get it. When you're an interception machine, you do your best not to put yourself in a predicament to throw one. Now, he may not have thrown one all game had it not been for Ashton Genty's pop up in the air, but at the same time, that's still on Geno because Geno don't put the ball on the numbers. You got to put bro, you can't keep having your wide receivers jumping up in the air for these balls, man. Tyler Lockett had a cool first down. Had you just put the ball on his numbers, he could have turned upfield and got even more yardage. But you overthrew him. And then we had to punt. Hey, he says he's standing. Greg Lira says Thornton Jr. is good, just standing tall. You know what I mean?
I stand tall with Shirley every time I see her. But you know that hey, look, I ain't got no Raider jersey out there and playing against the Broncos. You know what I'm saying? There's girls that are fast on Figueroa. You know what I'm saying? But they that ain't doing nothing for a wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that, you know, as I want him to get better. I hope he gets better. But all this trying to spam Dante Thornton ain't the option. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping even today with Ashton Genty, because I know a lot of people were like, you know, last week they were talking about, oh, we need to give the ball to Ashton Genty. We need to spam the ball to Ashton Genty. But did you see a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying? To say, oh yeah, we're gonna keep him rolling tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That
I hear you.
So I hear you. You got to work with what is rolling, and if the math is they were blocking up Bowers, you know what I'm saying, schematically, and I'll do my best to try to look at that. That means everybody else has to do their job.
Yeah.
Same thing with the situation with Max Crosby. If Max Crosby getting doubled and tripled, somebody on that D line better be beating a one-on-one.
Yeah.
And is that happening? That's up for you guys to make that choice.
So Raider Knight says Joe Brady would be a good coach for, you know what I mean, a good candidate for head coach. And I agree. I like Joe Brady. You know what I mean? I like the offense that the Bills run. I like what he's done with Allen. You know what I mean? So not saying that he developed Allen, because we all know that was Dabo over there in New York. But you know, he still has been there, and they're producing well. He knows what it takes to win. Special teams is beyond horrible, one-way booster. You know what I mean? Honestly, the special teams is beyond horrible. I have never seen a season where we've had so many, even when we had terrible punters and kickers, we didn't miss this many field goals. We didn't have this many punts blocked. We didn't have this many field goals blocked. Bro, like, we haven't had this many penalties on special teams. Like, it is ridiculous. I mean, one of the penalties was bullshit, was complete and utter bullshit. And that's another thing I want to talk about, bro. We got robbed in penalties today. You know, now they had their fair share of penalties too, called on them. You know what I mean, for their mistakes. But, bro, I counted at least 5 flags or non-flag situations. You know what I mean? The first one was the holding call. You know what I mean? On the Genty run, that holding call had nothing to do with the play. That shit was so far away from the play. He was not gonna catch Ashton Genty. I mean, why even throw the flag? It had nothing to do with the play. That was total BS. Okay. Now, the next situation, the next situation that I remember was when after Gino got hurt. You know what I mean? No, when Gino got hurt. The play Gino got hurt when old boy came and flopped on him. Had Max Crosby did something like that, you know what I mean? It'd have been a 15-yard penalty, you know what I mean, and a warning for ejection. We don't even get a whistle or a flag. We don't get nothing. Especially since he's already down. He's down because somebody tripped him up. So how you don't get no flag on that? Right? So you got that. And then it was after Gino got hurt. You know what I mean? He throws the pass, the ball is gone. Old boy falling, and he reaches up, grabs Gino, and pulls Gino down with him. That ain't roughing the passer? That ain't roughing the passer? No flag for that? Where the flag at for that? You know? There was a rush that Max Crosby was doing. And they had the ball, they was running, and Max Crosby was going to the outside. And lo and behold, holding right in front of the ref. And Max says something. You know what the ref did? He shrugged his shoulders like, Is that what we're doing? Ladies and gentlemen, I got another guest backstage. I'm gonna get back into some more of these questions that are popping up on the screen too. So I want to keep my chat involved. You know what I mean? I want to make sure everybody feels involved and participates. But ladies and gentlemen, this next brother I'm bringing up, this my cousin right here, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? Be it in AZ, you know what I mean? He fuck with me. I believe he's supposed to be here this weekend. So hopefully we get to sit down and break some bread this weekend. But I know he coming in hot, ladies and gentlemen. I ain't even seen him yet. You know what I mean? But I know he coming in hot. He just about ready to do his thing. He is the host of one of the most controversial shows when it is live. You know what I mean? He is the host for Up for Review, where everything is up for review. It does not fucking matter who you are. Nothing is untouchable. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from AZ, the one, the only, Mr. JT. What's good with you, JT?
What's good?
So Greg says, if we want a wide receiver, there are some wide receivers out there next draft, even in the first round. You know what? That's about it's really only a few things coming out of next year's draft that are really worth talking about, but I'm not at that point in the season yet where I'm just so ready to talk about the draft just yet. You know what I mean? I'm not there just yet. But if you want to get you some offensive linemen and some wide receiver power and even some defensive back power, this is the draft you want to look at right here. You know what I mean? This is the draft for that. Wide receivers, defensive backs, and offensive linemen. I'm telling you right now. You know what I mean? This is the fucking draft for that. That's what you want to pull out of this motherfucking. Pardon my French. I do apologize. This is what you want to see out of this year's draft. This is I'm telling you. In my opinion, can be wrong to some, for some people, but I believe, you know what I mean, that this is a stunning year for offensive linemen, defensive backs, and wide receivers. Willie Wayne, what it do, man? Blessings to you, man. Go ahead.
No, there's definitely a lot of talent there to go in the draft. You know, if you're looking at it, I've been looking and diving into that myself. So, wide receiver, I think wide receiver, you can get a lot of wide receivers in the later rounds. I don't think you have to really invest in that early. I think there's some other things that are way more um, of a concern to address that early in the draft, especially if you want those guys to, um, start immediately. I think, honestly, and even with the wide receivers that we do have, even though they are young, I think you have, I think those guys can still work for us. There's a lot of things that are limited, um, even with them being young. Uh, when you talk about that offensive line, and Dirty just talked about it, how that offensive line doesn't give Gino, the opportunity to do a full read. You know what I'm saying? He has to try to get the ball out quick. There was plenty of times, even just tonight, where I'm sitting there, he's dropping back, and I'm like, get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out, because I can see where that line is closing out around him, and that's not giving him time to get it to those guys. But again, when he does get it out there to those guys, they need to use these.
Yeah. Gino is a loser. I wouldn't say loser. You know what I mean?
Mm.
He's less than, but I wouldn't say loser. Late with throws, bad ball placement, waits too long to scramble, can't throw ball away, and is the dumbest QB I've ever seen. No football IQ at all. Now, I agree with the bad ball placement. I agree with the waits too long to scramble. I do agree with the can't throw away. Um, I would not call him the dumbest QB ever, and I wouldn't call him a loser. Um, I know he has some football IQ, but I don't believe it's at the starting caliber of a NFL quarterback today. You know what I mean? The Now I won't say starting. He's definitely got starting. He doesn't have star power QB, football IQ. You know what I mean? Um, I guarantee you this right now: his football IQ ain't nowhere near what Derek Carr's football IQ was. You know what I mean? I watched that show Homegrown with Derek and David Carr. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all watch it on YouTube, but he's got a show that he does every week. You know what I mean? I know some people do watch it, you know what I mean? But because I saw they do a fan question, section where they answer questions from fans and things of that nature. Sometimes they call, right? Um, so, but he goes over plays, he remembers plays that he ran, you know what I mean, and things of that nature. So, like, I know his football IQ is extremely high. But as for Gino, yeah, all those other things I can definitely agree with, except for the loser. I won't call him a loser, and I don't think he's the dumbest QB ever. You know what I mean? And I think his football IQ is high, but it's not at the level that we feel it should be for a star caliber quarterback, and which is he's not right now. You know what I mean? That's just being real. He's not a star caliber quarterback.
We put at this point. I think a lot of people are putting the cart before the horse, and I know that's an old saying, so some people may not get that, but those that know what I said, I think that's really what's going on. I think we've been so into, oh, if we get this one player, it's going to fix this. If we get this one guy, it's going to fix this. And we've had how many quarterbacks and how many, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And how have they all played behind this offensive line?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had how many running backs and how did they all play again? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I hear you.
We play behind the same issue. There's a group of people that's a huge elephant in the room, and for some reason everybody wants to point the blame to someone else. So I I can't. Gino played good today. I have no
He
issues
played
with the way that
okay.
Gino. he gave his players the opportunity to make a play when there was an opportunity to make a play.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. He did and he didn't. You know what I mean? And I just feel like, I don't know, somewhere along the lines, there's a couple of plays where I feel like he could have extended them. He didn't extend them. You know what I mean?
You talking about getting out the pocket
and making things happen.
Yeah.
He's not ready yet.
I think and that's another thing that I don't think a lot of people are discussing, because I was also trying to figure that out too. Like we talked about, we knew that Geno wasn't like like a Lamar Jackson or anything like that, but Geno can get out. You know what I'm saying? When he's healthy, and I think he has some type of link. Not just tonight, you know what I'm saying, with the apparent injury that we saw. I think he's been injured for past couple of weeks, because there's been opportunities, like you said, there's been opportunities for him to get those 1 or 2 yards, you know what I'm saying, and get out the pocket, and he hasn't. Or there was a few times where he did get out the pocket, but the way that he slid or landed, I'm like, dude, did you not go over, you know what I'm saying? Did you not have, how to slide practice? You over messing yourself up, you know what I'm saying, going down. So I don't know what the lingering issue is or where that was, but I'm only assuming that there was some type of injury or something that took place that obviously he's been trying to soldier through up to this point, but now is his ankle. Yeah, we're gonna have to see how that works. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, Aiden O'Connell comes back. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't, as much as I said Pickett was a cool backup, I don't know. I don't know. I'd rather see Aiden O'Connell out there.
All right, man. Go on your rant, bro.
I'm good. I was ranting while trying to get on this for our stream, man. So it took like I was listening to y'all while I was detoxing and just packing, and I was about to come in with fireworks. So Twan was talking about he ain't put it on Chip. Patrick Graham or the defense this or the offense that. Nah. But I'm a little calm now. Some time has passed. I will say this is 100% Chip's fault, Twan. I don't know what. I hear what you're saying, and I understand how you're saying that, because yes, the players need to be accountable. But one drop ball doesn't cost you the game of multiple mistakes. Like, yes, Thornton dropped the ball. But you know what we saw finally from a wide receiver? Separation from a corner. He's the only one who was doing that, really. So, yeah, he didn't catch the ball. He didn't look it in. Cool. But I also saw a star running back drop a ball, but he didn't get benched for it. He was allowed to make up. He was allowed to continue to play the game. See, there's a lot of little nuances that this team will do for certain people and not for everybody, so you don't get to see the progression. This was a game, and you said you haven't seen a game where we lost. I love you, but ain't no fucking way you can sit here and say you watched every game and there wasn't a game that the Raiders lost. We've been competitive. And we've done things to contribute, but we've gotten our ass kicked a couple of times where we've lost. I'll say our wins, the wins that we had, we really didn't win those then. The other team lost those games, if we're going to say that, because they made more mistakes than we did in actually doing things to win the game. This was another game where Denver made multiple mistakes and allowing us to hang around where we were supposed to steal this game.
Yeah. We were
100% supposed to steal this game. Why? Because they overlooked us and they were preparing for KC. And they took us lightly. But we didn't do what we needed to do to make plays in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The only plays that were made were by players. Kelly Blue. Chip Kelly absolutely failed his offense. Chip Kelly absolutely let his offense down. Chip Kelly didn't put his offense in a position to win this game. Why? He never adapted to the flow of the game. You never put your team in position to take advantage of an opportunity. When you can't block and your offensive line gave up 6 sacks before your last 2 drives and the turnover, and you're still not moving the pocket for Geno, you're still not rotating the pocket, you're still not adapting your play calling, you're still not changing your route running, the routes that you're calling for your wide receivers, you're staying in the same, like that whole position where you said Moister definitely missed and should have seen that. The fact of the matter of why he missed that is because he's been coached to look at something specifically. Because should the ball have been out? Yes. But you know what the average time that Geno Smith had to pass the ball today? 1.98 seconds. 1.98. There's no quarterback in the league. Geno absolutely holds the ball, but there's no quarterback in the league who is going to be successful if they only have an average time of 1.9. That's 1/1000. Right there, he has to get the ball out. There's no way you're going to be successful. So Chip Kelly failed. Chip Kelly abandoned the run again. When we're like there is no reason that we should have lost this game, but we definitely deserve to lose this game. Denver shouldn't have won. Denver shouldn't feel good about this win, but they got to win. So they're going to be happy. They're 8-2. Chip Kelly failed his offense again. Chip Kelly let his guys down again. This is a game that was a development game for us. This is a building game. We did a lot of things. I saw a lot of positive things that people are just going to overlook because of just the drop, the O-line. There were certain plays where Chip Kelly did good play call, but he just couldn't build upon that. Like, there were certain plays I was like, that was a good play call. And then you just, like Patrick Graham, first down, second down call, good scheme, good play, is aggressive, playing man-on-man, no cushion, bump and run coverage. Bo Nix can hit the side of a barn today. Then 3rd and 14, you give 9-yard cushions. They get the first down. I'm like, 3rd and long, you're giving cushions and running that soft zone, and you're consistently just giving it up like you're playing prevent. So the coaching staff absolutely set the tone, and absolutely you've seen the difference in the play calling. When it came time to make a play, the defense and offense wasn't in position to make a play because the offense coordinator and the defensive coordinator didn't put the aggressiveness into the play call. So the offense and the defense got lackadaisical, and they got first downs. They moved the sticks, and we didn't get any of that. The offensive line couldn't get a push. Why are you running a quarterback sneak? Why are you running a quarterback sneak? So fuck no. Chip Kelly's 100% responsible for this game. Yeah, the players are accountable for what they did, but if that's the case, it's 97, 90, 95% Chip Kelly, 5% or 1% is for each person who made one mistake. Ashton dropping the ball, 1%. Thornton dropping the ball, 1%. But there were positives that came out of this game, a lot of positives. Like to pick that, like Geno Smith shouldn't have an interception today. Like people were saying that was a bad ball. You guys, what? How do you hit somebody in the helmet and shoulder pad and say that's a bad ball? Like, no offense, Ben, you my guy. Ben said that shit was high. He said that pass wasn't high. Like you guys just make up shit because you're mad at a player. That's fucking false. Stop doing that shit. Like there were pros and cons, but just too many cons today. And we didn't play good. This would have been an ugly win. And honestly, if you're part of that, we should be tanking. You're probably happy that we lost today. This was another competitive game that we were in, a game that we had a chance to win. This was a growing pain game. It's very frustrating, but there's a lot of positive that comes from this. Only problem is that there's no reinforcement. There's not. I don't trust this coaching staff to reinforce the positive. It to be positive. I think it's just going to come off negative when it goes into the video room.
So my only question is this, JT. How much I gotta fucking grow before I fucking reach my fucking limit? Like, damn, these these are some tough growing pains, bro. We've been going through this shit for years.
This,
But
this, hold on. This team that's here right now hasn't been going through it for years. This is their first year.
this franchise,
You're talking from the standpoint of a fan.
I'm speaking in franchise form right now.
No, you can't. You can't.
Yes,
You can't. You can as a fan.
How you gonna tell me how I can speak?
How? Because you're asking me a very direct question. And you're speaking.
I didn't ask you a direct question.
You said, "How long do we have to wait?" Is a very direct question.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
How long do you have to wait for development? So I'm telling you, you have to let the players develop. You can't abandon someone because you've been waiting 20 years as a fan. You're putting your fandom on the time frame when these players haven't even been here a full season that we're complaining about.
I'm not the one that benched him.
I know, but
I'm just the one that's saying I can see why he got benched. First off, you said, Ashton Genty did it. Hey, you know what? That's fine and dandy, but Ashton Genty is a first-round draft pick. When we come to Thornton, we're talking about a guy that half the nation feels like we shouldn't have drafted at that spot anyway.
Cool, that's on them. I drafted you because I know what you could do. I
understand that. I understand that.
And we also traded the guy who was number one in front of you away because we trust you and put you into that number one position. Yes,
but he wasn't the number one in front of it.
No. They seen something to where they're like, okay, we can get a Jacoby Myers, give him away, and move you up.
They saw a Tyler Lockett.
Tyler Lockett's the number two. Dorton's the number one.
Lockett is not the number one.
He is the number one receiver.
He's not the number one.
No. Who's locked in the number one? Who's locked in the number one?
Is over him. Yes.
Who?
Trey Tucker is over him.
At slot. He's the slot.
It don't matter. And that's the sad part. When your slot, and in all honesty, Brock Bowers is the true number one over there.
He's a tight end, though. He's not the number one wide receiver.
He's the number one option.
Who's the wide receiver?
I don't care what his
No, you
is.
have to, though.
I don't. No,
yes,
I don't.
You do.
That's the sad thing about it. Is that the slot is the number one.
No, it's not. And you know that. You want it to be the number one. But in this
offense, it is.
It is not. Because then Brock Bowers is number one.
Brock, and if it ain't Brock, you know what?
But Brock is not the slot.
It go like this. You may not have heard it. I said it earlier. It go like this. And I'm sticking to it, and you can't make me change from it. It go Brock Bowers 1, Trey Tucker 2, Mayers 3, and then fucking Thornton. And that's just the reality of it.
Yeah, that's the option. That doesn't make you the wide X receiver, though. But that doesn't make you the X or wide receiver. That makes you the you're the number one option out of tight end.
That's exactly what it makes you. It makes you.
No, it does not. Okay, where do they line up? Dirty. When they were lining up on offense, where were they lining up in the play call? Was he lining up on the line, or was he lining up on the X and the wide receiver?
It doesn't make you the number one option.
Yes, it does. Dirty.
It doesn't make you the number one wide receiver.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Then that's why you have a dysfunctional.
No, it doesn't.
That's why the Raiders are dysfunctional. If you're going to see him say that.
Amon-Ra St. Brown is the number one wide receiver in the Lions, and he spends most of his time at slot.
Who?
Amon-Ra St. Brown. You know who I'm talking about.
Amon-Ra?
Yeah. He spends most of his time in the slot.
Yeah, but okay, they move him around, but he starts.
I don't care. Most of his snaps are from the slot. He plays 65% of the games from slot.
He's the X and the yes, but he's the wide receiver. He's the wide receiver.
Matter. He's still the wide receiver there. He's still
okay. Yes, but Brock Bowers is as the option, but he's still the wide receiver. He's still the first option.
Look, you can argue with me till the sky is blue. I will never tell you that this guy is a number one wide receiver anywhere.
He is here.
I see him get number one wide receiver treatment and production.
Okay, cool. Then why did Brock Bowers only get one pass today if he's the number one?
Because how they schemed up the defense.
No. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you just said. You was only throwing the ball 3 times.
We started going to Trey. We wasn't going to Thornton. We was going to Trey.
We went to Thornton on the biggest play of the game that was dropped, and then we had to go back to him because he was on bench. What are you talking about? They treat him like the number one. And as soon as he dropped the ball,
we stopped going to Brock. We started going to Trey.
Brock only got 3 rocks and he got 1 pass. We weren't going to Brock. Brock was irrelevant this game.
That's because of how they played him.
It's cool, but he's still irrelevant.
And Gino couldn't take the chance of throwing more picks than what he threw tonight.
Gino was good today. Gino threw 0 picks to me today. Gino did not throw a bad pick.
Yeah, he did.
It goes down in the stat book, but it should have gone down as a drop pick because he just batted up in the air.
I understand all of that. I understand all of that.
It wasn't a bad ball. You know who threw bad balls was Bo Nix. He threw bad balls.
You're not gonna get no argument from me on that.
So
we ain't here to talk about Bo Nix.
I'm just comparing that because you compare Amon St. Brown. You compare Amon St. Brown. I just compared somebody else.
I get you.
We can't kill Gino. You can't kill Gino today.
Touché, my friend.
We can't kill Gino and say he threw bad balls and he threw this. No, he didn't. This game ain't on Gino today.
What I've been saying.
This game ain't on Gino today. If y'all trying to scapegoat him because of some trying to protect other people, that's bullshit. Don't scapegoat somebody because you just don't like them. That's what this franchise and these fans do. They're trying to scapegoat motherfuckers for fucking up.
Hats off to Gino today.
Yeah.
Look, I said it earlier. What I've seen from Gino the last 2 weeks is what I was hoping I would have seen from Gino all year long. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying Gino is trash. I know a lot of it's got to do with this offensive line. We were a lot better before JPJ dropped out of this game. And I feel like had he played this whole game, we might have some more points. You can shake your head all you want.
I'm saying that because it's just another excuse because we still should have won this game.
I'm not going with any excuses. I'm pointing out the reality of the situation. Kappa played like crap. JPJ was playing better. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I heard that.
You know what I mean?
We still had opportunities to win with Kappa.
Even though we still had opportunities, Kappa still didn't play well.
Cool. Did we not have the opportunity to still win games? It's part of football. We know that. Yes or no?
You could have all the opportunities in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You can have all the opportunities in the world. If you do nothing with them, what does it fucking matter? If you have all the opportunities in the world, but you do nothing with them, what does it fucking matter? And in all honesty, we should have had 23 points going into the fucking half. We should have had 23 points going into halftime.
23?
Anywhere from 17 to 24 is what we should have had going into halftime.
I could see 17. We weren't in the 20.
At most 24. At most 24. All right. That's just because we should have had 3 touchdowns and a field goal. That's just my honest thought. We should have had 3 touchdowns and a field goal in the fucking first half.
And I said 2 touchdowns and yeah. At least 2 touchdowns and at least 2 field goals.
See, I don't understand this comment right here. This has to be one of the most embarrassing games I've watched in a long time. Our defense did everything they could, but our offense is so atrocious that ain't even fucking funny. What game did you watch? What game did you watch?
The one that was streamed on Amazon Prime.
Cool. Did we not see a touchdown get called back?
That was us versus the Broncos.
Did we not see a touchdown get called back?
Yeah, we saw that.
Did we not see miscues by players on deep balls? Did we not see that? Did we not see opportunities? So to sit here and say the offense wasn't atrocious, it just wasn't successful.
I wouldn't go as far as atrocious. No.
It wasn't even close to atrocious.
I wouldn't go that far. No. I wouldn't say atrocious.
I
will say after the first scoring touchdown,
you can't.
No, hold on. Let me
No,
finish.
I'm agreeing with
Let
you.
me finish.
I'm just
After the
speaking.
first scoring touchdown, the offense was kind of lackluster after that.
Can I say this? How can you almost have 24 points and be lackluster or atrocious in the first half? You literally said
That's
we should
why.
have.
That's why we don't have 24 points because they were fucking lackluster.
How?
So,
How?
Because
with that being said, you said if we're talking about how the offense had the opportunity to make 23 points in the first half, how's that on Chip?
How's that on Chip? I didn't say this accountability. I'm saying, cool. You had a plan and stuff was working. Why didn't you stick to it? Why did you abandon it? Why did you change, alter it? But then when it was bad, you didn't alter anything. You just allowed that shit to constantly snowball. That's on you. When you allow shit to snowball, you don't change. But when shit is good and you change it from being good, that's on you. Absolutely. You're doing nothing to stop it. He didn't do nothing to stop the bleeding or clog that hole up. No, he just allowing the motherfucker to come freely. 6 sacks. Geno Smith ain't O'Connell, but shit, imagine Aiden was in there. How many sacks they would have had today? Y'all talking about going to fucking Aiden O'Connell. How many sacks would the Denver fucking Broncos have? They would have had 100. They would have hit 100. They're at what, 50 sacks right now? They would have had another 20 today. So yes, it's on Chip. He did some good things. I'm not going to sit here and say that. But when it got bad and he needed to alter his game plan and change it up, but stuff is working. Let me fall back a little bit. Let me change it up. Let me go to my 2-minute offense. Let me go to my 5-minute offense to change the pace. Because clearly the Denver Broncos are fucking knew what the fuck was coming on third down every fucking time, as Dirty was saying earlier. Third down, they fucking knew. Oh, pass. Nigga, they just put their fucking head down and ran right past fucking Kappa. Right past. It didn't matter who was there. It was like, this nigga think you gonna get me. Nigga, it was like every fucking time.
they crowded the line, nigga, and killed us.
And then fucking dumbass Chip Kelly run on first down, run on second, 3rd and 6.
You know what? You know what was sad?
No, we're gonna pass. That's on Chip.
Because we got to
success.
give it to Ashton. Remember, we got to give it to Ashton Jensen. When everything fails out, give it to Ashton Jensen.
Here's how you know the play calling got real bad.
I like this pod.
3rd and 2. This is how you know the play calling got bad. 3rd and 2. We call a quarterback sneak.
No, it was 3rd and 1. I said that earlier.
It was not. It was 3rd and 2, bro.
It was 3rd and 1.
It was 3rd and 2.
It was
3rd and 2.
It was 3rd and 2.
We were at multiple quarterback sneaks? Because I don't even think that we're a quarterback sneak team.
Yeah.
We shouldn't even be having
2, bro. 3rd and 2. We tried to fucking run a quarterback sneak on 3rd and 2.
And this is my thing. JPJ wasn't even in the game, Twan, right? Right? So you gonna run the quarterback sneak behind your backup guard? And you gonna tell me that's not on your offensive coordinator?
No, I think JPJ was actually in.
No, he wasn't. Not the one in the second half.
We went to the left. We went to the left side where we were using a backup guard.
He went right behind him, and the dude just slipped it, and Forsythe, or is it Forsythe? Got blown up. Forsythe was holding and still couldn't do nothing. He made the tackle. That's how far back he got pushed back.
Bro, I'm telling you.
So it's like, I'm like, what in the fizzy fizzy?
We called a quarterback sneak, bro. 3rd and 2, we called a quarterback sneak, bro. Yeah, and Geno takes a fucking seat, bro. you know what I mean? And Geno takes a damn seat.
Hey, I'm still mad we didn't get calls because the Denver Broncos went low on him when he got hurt, when he hurt his quad, and then he got late hit on another one. On the initial where he initially got hurt, we was down. Dude jumped on him late. That wasn't no call. I'm not one for these type of calls, but I'm like, God damn, for real? Heck, he literally got hurt because of these 2 plays, and there was no penalty, and they were late. Geno got tripped on the outside, and dude hit him late. The other guy went low below the knees, which is, by my standard, is that a penalty against the quarterback? You go anywhere below the knees, that's a penalty on a quarterback.
Supposed to be.
We ain't getting that.
I know. I just want to say that.
And we still could have won the game. That's why I'm like, man.
So then that's 100% on you as a coach. This is what I'm saying. Was this not a 50-50 game? Was this not a 50-50 game today, right? There was no wide difference in talent on the field, correct? So now that comes to X's and O's. Who has the better play callers? Who has the better adjustments? It comes down to your staff. Who's going to make the adjustments? Who's going to coach better? Who coached better down the stretch? Come on, say it.
I don't even think it's the calls. That's why I think the lack of execution. When you have an O line, like you said, 1.9, and then you have the opportunities where the ball is hitting our personnel in hands and they're missing it.
That's not execution.
Who is that on?
No, the execution of the plays.
Yes.
Coming down to knowing where you're supposed to line up, coming down to knowing what's the right play call in the position. That's not on the player. Him dropping the ball.
No, they lined up, but they didn't finish the play.
Okay, but that dropping the ball was in the first half. He ain't see the field the rest of the game.
Huh?
I didn't see him really in the game the rest of the game.
Who?
Thornton.
Nigga, that drop pass was in the fucking fourth quarter.
Which one? What? The deep ball?
Yes. That was the fourth quarter.
That was the fourth quarter.
That was the fourth quarter.
The double move.
Yeah, that was the fourth quarter.
I'm going to have to check it back because I don't remember that being the fourth.
That was the fourth quarter.
I could be wrong. I stand corrected.
And that's why it was a problem.
That wasn't it was way too early for the fourth.
Was it? No, it was the second.
No,
was it the second quarter? When did I call you?
It was you called me in the first half because I was tight.
It was before the half because
it was the first half. I know what you're tripping on. He wasn't even in the game after that because he had the penalty. And he said my bad because he was wrong, and that's for execution. That's on him. That was on him. That was a great play call by Chip. Why didn't he run it again if it was so successful, Twan? Run it with somebody else. Okay, the player made a mistake. Let's run it from somebody else. Let's run it with Brock. Let's run it with someone who has the confidence to run that. You got to know your player personnel to run stuff. And if your guy doesn't know how to sell a fucking screen, you don't run him out there to run the fucking play. And if that motherfucker's looking like that in the game, how did he look in practice running that shit? You don't fucking put people in position that aren't ready for that shit. And every fucking time we have guys who look out of position every fucking play. That's different. That's out the norm.
And people talking about our offense is basic. And they still ain't getting it right.
Because that's on the coach by not coaching. If my player can't grasp my play call, that's on me. When it's week 8, these aren't kids. I can see if it was little kids. I can see if it's fucking Pop Warner. Twan, these motherfuckers been playing football for over 20 fucking years. They've heard these play calls before. They understand it. That's on you as a fucking coach. These guys have been playing football for 20 fucking years. And you're telling me now that they're in the fucking pros, they can't grasp this shit? It's how you're coaching it. So that's why it looks so fucking terrible on the field. Is because they're okay, I ran it this way my whole fucking career. This dumbass wants me to get in a fucking position that I'm not fucking used to. That took 6 fucking weeks for him to fucking give up on that. Hey, I said prior to fucking week 1, prior to the preseason, if we sign Geno Smith, we better bring in fucking his cover. The person who makes them the most comfortable. And fucking Tyler Lockett, I said, bring this motherfucker in before the season starts. And you said the last 2 weeks, Geno's been looking good. Why is that, Dirty? Because you bring in people that make him comfortable, that just gives him confidence. He knows, I know something goes wrong, my guy's going to know where to fucking be at. That's a confidence thing.
He didn't even use Lockett last week.
He did.
No, he didn't.
It just wasn't successful where we ran Lockett. Lockett wasn't running down the field in open position. He was running fucking little 5-6 yard routes because he's only been here a week.
I think it's because Brock Bowers came back.
I mean, that's part of it too, because he's getting weapons. Now it's like, okay, I got options. I can spread the ball, and I know my guy's gonna be there. I know this guy's gonna get open. And now what you see, you're starting to see guys get separation. You're starting to see our young guys get open. Like Thornton was open today. He was running away from. Why is that? Because he's getting taught. Like Lockett isn't the most athletic person when you see, but he's always open. He was always open in Seattle. He was always making a big play. He always was getting separation. I'm loving this move because it's going to teach our young guys. And it is being effective because you're seeing the difference in our wide receivers actually getting separation in 2 weeks of him just being here. He should have been here from fucking day one. You should have got more people who make fucking Geno. You got to bring in the weapons that make fucking him effective. You don't bring in a quarterback and just think shit's going to go like it's glue. Like, too many motherfuckers play fucking Madden and think, I'm going to pick this guy right here. I'm going to pick this guy and this shit's going to gel. No. You have attitudes. You have egos. You have people who have communication. People are socially awkward. Motherfuckers are weird. This dude is 35. I got a 26-year-old. I got a 21-year-old. I got a 19-year-old in that locker room. These motherfuckers ain't going to really communicate like that. I got a dude who's looking at his family on his last fucking contract. I got a rookie who just walked in the door like, where are the bitches? You think they're going to be hanging out after fucking practice? Putting in work? Like, y'all need to understand you have to have a cohesive locker room where motherfuckers are going to gel together. You need fucking wily vets. You need them. Lockett is that fucking key to Geno ain't the best fucking communicator. He never has been. So you need someone who can communicate and bring that knowledge that he has and then spread it around to your fucking locker room with the wide receivers and your tight ends. Not everybody's going to have the same mindset. And that's what our biggest problem has been before fucking Geno. When Derek was here, we had that shit with fucking Derek. Motherfuckers thought he was socially weird. He was too Christian for a lot of motherfuckers who were just trying to get bitches. That's what happens when you have a young team. So you got to be able to mess that shit. You got to bring in the proper people with the proper mentality who are going to be able to convey information. Like, clearly Chip Kelly don't know how to talk to these players. What do I need? I need to get a mediator. Who's going to be a good mediator that can take my brain and what my philosophy is and break it down to these dumbass kids who really don't fucking have no real IQ but have all the fucking athleticism in the world. And that's what we need. Like, I hear people saying we need to get rid of Carlson. If y'all don't shut the fuck up, he's one of the best kickers in the fucking league. He's just going through a rat with a bad fucking team. And y'all talking about giving them up. We need to get something new. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, this shit is crazy. And like, there was a lot of good things. Even with the people who I feel are the problems, they did good things today. We just did more bad things than good. But guess what? That's progress. This is progress. This was for me was the most successful game out of the whole season for us. This was the most successful game of progression because at the end of the day, we know we should have won this game. Now it's like, where did we lose the game at? This ain't one where we could just point the finger at one person. There's a lot of things we failed at, and we know what we could have did to win this game. So I'm like, as mad as I am that we lost the game, I'm happy about what I saw in this game. I'm not frustrated. Frustration, or I don't feel helpless. Like these last 2 weeks, I really felt helpless on knowing what the fuck to do. Like I never really felt helpless. I knew what needed to happen. I just knew it wasn't going to happen. with this team and this organization. So that's a hell of a way to feel with your team when there's nothing that is going to be done to change the trajectory of the team. There was nothing that they were doing that was going to change the trajectory. What I saw today, I see change. That's the first time in 3 years I've seen something different. I saw guys didn't quit and give up on the game that they definitely should have quit and gave up on. It was in this game. They didn't quit until maybe that last drive. You know, when Max jumped off sides and made it 1st and 5, I was like, all right, they might have packed it in there. But no, like Chip, you got to be better. Patrick Graham, you got to be better. I don't care how good the defense look. You got to be better, man. When it comes to the most important downs and distance, you got to be better. I don't care how good you look on 1st and 2nd down. If you can't get off the field on 3rd down, on 3rd and 14, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and double digits, and you're not getting off the field, and it's not because of the play of the players, it's because of your stupid scheme, that's on you. Because the defense, I don't want to say they balled out, but they played damn well today.
No, the defense played fire today, bro. I can't. That's why I'm so hot at the offense. You know what I mean? Because the defense gave us every opportunity in the world to seize this game, bro. They gave us every opportunity.
I'm gonna say yes, but no.
Yeah,
no, I'm not.
How not? How not? Show me where.
Because they couldn't get off the field on 3rd down.
That's not true.
It is true.
It is not.
They were what? 7 for 16 on 3rd down. They still were over 50%.
Bro, did you watch the first half of the game?
Yes. How do you think I saw him drop the ball?
Defense played phenomenal for 3 quarters, and then they were gassed because the offense wasn't doing shit.
They weren't gassed because they were still getting them off with 3 and outs in the second half still. I don't want to hear that. No, you can't sit here and say that lame ass shit and be like the Denver Broncos were doing the same. The Denver Broncos were doing the same
shit. Whatever I want to say. It's my opinion.
Okay. You can. So did Denver play up, or did Raiders play up, or did Denver play down?
The defense played up.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
And that's a good.
Damn well they did it.
First off, that's a damn good offensive line they got.
So did they play up or play down?
I'm telling you, the Raiders' defensive line played up. The defensive line played up today. They did. This is one of the best offensive lines they've seen all year. That doesn't mean that they quarterback is the best thing they've seen all fucking year.
Hey, Twan, can you look up the time of possession? I mean, time to pass that Bo Nix had today? I believe it was around 3 or 4 seconds. I think there was a chart. They said Max only had 2 pressures. Tyree looked better. Tyree was involved in the game. But to sit here and say the D-line really dominated? No.
Hey, Dirty, you got another screen, right?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Or you can bring up the stats from Amazon? Because they had like all those additional stats.
Hold on. Got me all in some other shit that I wasn't even trying to do.
I was like, ooh. What are these extra buttons right here? Oh, I can presentation. Oh, I can present. Never mind. Our thing might not be this bad. Hold up. Take a look at this. Oh, they got extra camera angle. Hold up. Let's check this out.
Wow, they don't let you do this shit backstage. You have to be on camera. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
So you say they play up. I'm gonna say Denver played down.
Whether they played down or whatever, we didn't capitalize,
Yeah.
and that's the issue.
Yeah, I'll say I absolutely agree with that. We didn't capitalize. Like we tried. Like in the games prior, I don't even see us trying to capitalize on opportunities. I think this was a game where they attempted, but we just didn't capitalize on the opportunities that they gave us. Not because that's the thing. If I said we played up, is if we took that opportunity. Like if we took those opportunities and we took those chances and created those, then yeah, I would agree and say we played up. We didn't create that. We didn't create that. We didn't create those turnovers. It wasn't because of pressure we gave. It was just Bo Nix threw bad balls. Like that deep one to Blue was bad. The other one was a tip pass that they dropped. So those aren't us creating those opportunities. It's just we took advantage of their miscues and their mistakes. But we didn't capitalize on it. Is what Twan is saying. We just didn't capitalize on many opportunities. Like when they were getting penalties and getting third and long and punting the ball, like their punter made 2 horrible punts, and it's just like we didn't even take a shot. Like he kicked 2 back to back off the side of his foot. We had positive yard. One we was on the positive end. We was on their 49. The other one was on our 45, and we only got like 15 yards.
I hear you.
So oh god.
I was gonna say I'm just gonna take a short intermission break. You know what I mean? Take a short intermission break. Give my people their 30 seconds. Give my people their 30 seconds.
I think I've been in that damn studio.
Yeah, I give people their 30 seconds, man.
7 game defense gave us 10 points. Oh shit! I was looking at the wrong way. I was going on the bottom. I would have hands down to face Carlson.
So a defense that holds a team to 10 points ain't what do you call that?
They held the team to 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's be honest. The Denver Broncos offense ain't been that really explosive. I mean, they had that 1 fourth quarter, but they're not just like blowing guys out like that. They explode in the fourth quarter. They made miscues. They made mistakes. You can clearly see they have been overlooking us, and this was our game to steal because you overlook a team. NFL teams do that all the time, and they were doing that. They were disrespecting us. They didn't take us seriously. And when it came down to us making plays, even when they weren't taking us seriously, even when they weren't practicing hard all week, we still couldn't get the job done. So yes, that's what happens. They still suck. Because when it came down to us getting off the field in the last minute when we needed to get the ball back, did the defense able to get the ball back? I don't want to hear it because they were tired, because guess what? They were going 3 and out too. It was a back and forth game. It was equal opportunities. I don't need to hear, get the hell. No, they were tired just as much as they were. But their defense was able to get off the field. And if their offense was playing just as bad and they was creating, the defense should have got off the field too. And the offense should have got another chance of getting that ball back. And they couldn't get off the field when it mattered. And that's been the biggest thing about this defense. Yeah, it looks cute or their stats or whatever. That stats are misleading. Because when it comes to third down conversions or red zone, they're damn near last. Those are the most important stats that come to a defense. Getting off on third down, stopping first downs, and short yardage. And we couldn't do it. We knew what was coming, and they couldn't do nothing about it. But when Denver knew what was coming on third down against our offense, they got off the field. That's the difference between a good defense and a defense that there's potential there. Yes, we have potential. Absolutely. But I see the difference between a really good coach defense and players playing up and a defense that has players that can play up, but they're not coached up and they're put out of position. Because when it was 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 5 or 3rd and long on the Denver's end, they brought all their corners up, they pressed, and they blitzed. And Geno couldn't do a damn thing about it. That offensive line couldn't do a damn thing about it. Chip Kelly didn't make no adjustments to do anything to protect his players. And when Patrick Graham could have did the same shit and trust his players and put faith that his corners that were playing well and were sticking to those wide receivers, did he trust his players and put them in position to win like that, Twan? Hell no, he doesn't. He's never had.
Because he doesn't have corners that can lock down man to man.
They did today. The Denver Broncos don't got no burners like that. Emmanuel Sanders wasn't on the field today.
So now they're supposed to change what they've been doing all season?
If they were playing good and locked down today in their 11th ranked defense, if you're telling me you have an 11th ranked defense on paper, you're telling me you don't trust your players or your corners that they can't guard a wide receiver?
They're supposed to do what they've been doing.
And what they've been doing on paper says they're 11th ranked defense 2 weeks ago.
So why change it?
Why can't they play man?
Why change it?
Why change it?
If you're 11th, what's the
problem? Because you're losing. It's resulting to losses.
But your offense is your reason why you're losing.
No, they're not getting off the field on third down.
Their offense is the reason you're losing games.
What is their third down conversion rate?
That honestly, bro, look.
Y'all want to change
it? No. First off,
it's the offense every time.
You know, I respect you. You know, I love you like a brother.
Mm-hmm.
But you have plumb lost your fucking mind if you don't think the reason why this team is fucking losing is because of this fucking trash ass offense.
I think it's a product.
If you think the defense has more reason for us losing these games all season long than the offense, I honestly don't know what it is you're watching or what it is you're looking for.
That's not what I said. I didn't say that. Neither did Twan.
I just told you. You just tried to argue me when I said, bro, the defense is not the reason for losses.
That wasn't
trying to argue me.
Wait, no, I said today's game. Today's game
had nothing to do with the defense.
No, you're talking about who should have won the game when it came down to winning and getting your offense the ball. Denver Broncos were able to get their.
How do you win a game if your offense can't put it in the end zone or through the uprights?
And you cook a field goal. You still play defense?
We kicked the field goal to tie the game and missed.
So that means you stop playing? That means you can't stop them?
That means we didn't get the ball back anymore.
Hold on. So Denver got the ball with 5 minutes, right?
4
and some change. It was close to 5.
4:28 to be exact.
Let's see. It was 4:28. You're telling me that
we did get the ball back. Our offense couldn't do shit.
No. I'm the last drive. Denver ended the game when they had the ball like 4 minutes left, and we had 2 timeouts and a 2-minute warning. Yeah. They held the ball the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Defense gonna get off the field?
At that point in time, bro, it's
no. I don't have. Who won time of possession today, then? Who won time of possession? Who won time of possession? I really don't know. I really don't know. We could have won. They could have won time of possession. I could literally lose this argument on a whim. I just feel if it was equal time of possession, so that means the defense was equally on the field.
They probably won that. I don't have it. The stats.
I
Right
don't.
here.
I'm on my phone, so I can't even look nothing up.
But just thinking about the game, they had the ball.
They had the. I was because I was like they both offenses was going 3 and out, so it wasn't because the defense. I mean, it wasn't because like it was just both offenses were just out here putting up 10 play drives. Neither offense was putting up 10 play drives. In fact, we were winning the field position battle the whole game because of Carlson. They were getting on the 1-yard line. How many times were they within their 5? And they still were moving the ball. And like I said, a lot of it wasn't just the play. It was just the scheme of Patrick Graham allowing them to just get an easy first down.
So time of possession was they had the ball for 30 minutes and 46 seconds. We had the ball for 29 minutes and 14 seconds.
So it was equal. It was equal.
It was equal.
So then their defense was just as tired as ours.
So third down efficiency. Since you want to go there, right? Since you want to go there, we were 4 for 15 on third down conversions.
They were able to get off the field.
They were 5 for 15 on fucking third down conversions. 5 for 15, buddy. 5 for 15.
Cool.
They ran 57 total plays. We ran 58. We had 188 total yards. They had 220. They had 13 drives. We had 13 drives.
So how is their So why is our defense tired then?
Because our defense.
So wait. So that last play drive. Why couldn't they get off the field?
Because when you look at it, a lot of it was done in the first half. A lot of our time. Come on. No, stop. Listen.
I'm listening.
A lot of our time of possession was in the first fucking half.
How many drives did Denver have in the second half then?
I don't know.
You can look at that. How many drives?
The telltale sign of this game is the turnovers.
We won the turnover battle, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. It's 2-1.
And who's supposed to capitalize on those turnovers? Not the defense.
I'm about to say the Dodgers. Yeah, we were, and they didn't.
Our defense was 1 for 3 in the fucking red zone. They were 1 for 3 in the red zone.
Yeah.
Our defense did everything that they were supposed to fucking do.
So get the ball back at the end of the game. Instead of making it stop.
They're gassed at the end of the game, bro. We didn't fucking hold the ball.
But how are they supposed to get the game back when the game plan for them was to run out the clock? They didn't pass the ball.
I know. You know what's coming. You know what's coming. That's exactly, Quan. Exactly. You know what's coming. So when it comes to manning the fuck up, you know they're running at you. I don't want to hear that shit, man. And it goes the same for the fucking offense. I don't want to hear that shit. This is the same bullshit either way.
We wasn't going to score no more points.
We could have easily scored more points. We just didn't execute.
Bro, we was not scoring no more points, bro. Daniel Carlson does not miss from there. He missed that shit wide, bro.
Barely to the right. He was anticipating the win. You saw the win, and he
there was no win at that point in time.
There was win, dirty.
It was not. I'm looking at the fucking orange things, and they're not fucking moving.
I was watching the flags more than
I was too, and they were blowing.
They were not blowing.
Yes, they were.
They were not.
The flags were not going.
Wait, go to Amazon right now and go to that play.
Bro,
go to the
they
play.
Were not blowing.
Go to the play. I guarantee you they're moving. I watched it 3 times. And I was like, why would he overanalyze? Why didn't he just kick it down the middle? And again, remember, when you kick it high and elevate, there's wind up there.
I don't got to go watch it because your statement just told me that you saw the same shit.
He overcorrected, anticipating the wind to push it over, and it didn't.
When there was no fucking wind.
Not enough to move the ball
why not
over.
Just kick it right down the middle.
You would just said
it.
You would just kick it.
Everybody was in the same shit because there was no fucking wind. Why not just kick it down the middle? Because there's no fucking wind.
The same reason that the Denver punter missed short.
No.
Yes.
It is not the same reason that the Denver punter missed short.
You don't miss a 50-yard. It was short by 50 yards in Denver. Denver, it was short.
The wind blew that ball over there?
Huh?
You gonna tell me the wind blew the ball and that's why he fucking missed the fucking punt? Why he shanked it off
tell me that an NFL kicker can't kick a 50-yard field goal in Denver? In Denver, and it's short? By 5 yards?
You're just securing all my arguments for me, bro.
No, there's no way. Stop. Ain't no NFL
you're securing
kicker.
All my arguments for me because that's the whole reason we're arguing right now. There's no way in the world he should have missed that fucking kick, and he missed it. Why put him back in that fucking situation? And then on top of that, we weren't even given the opportunity to put him in that fucking situation.
There were multiple opportunities he could have kicked the field goal, and he punted the ball. And then on that one opportunity, he kicked the field goal from the same distance he just punted from earlier in the drive, earlier in that game.
Wind. There was no wind at all. It was calm and cool, and he missed.
4-mile-an-hour winds. He overcorrected and missed because he did.
The other time we had an opportunity to kick the ball, there we had to try. We were trying to get an extra 5, and what happened?
We got a penalty.
We got sacked. So we got pushed out. We got pushed out of where we were comfortable kicking the ball, and we had to punt it.
It's Denver. 5 yards don't make that big of a difference in Denver.
Daniel Carlson has not been Daniel Carlson for the last 2 years, bro.
Since the bad regime, having bad coaches. Yes.
This shit started last season, bro.
When? At the end of the season?
Messing up on kicks started last year. And this year, his track record has been awful, bro. Awful.
I'm sorry. You're not going to tell me Daniel Carson's a bad kicker.
Bro, I'm not telling you he's a bad kicker.
Justin Tucker. I think Vinatieri go through these slumps.
Okay.
Kickers go through slumps.
And that's the problem. He's in a slump right now.
Cool. He's not the reason we're losing games.
Take chances on a kicker who just proved to you 2 minutes ago that he's in a fucking slump. We had opportunities that he could have kicked earlier in the game that we chose to punt.
Whose fault is that?
That's his.
No, it's not.
He's in a slump.
So then hold on, you're telling me you have a player that you don't trust?
You got another kicker?
There's a lot of players that we don't trust.
Then why even have him on your team?
Because we ain't got no other options at this point.
Yes, we ain't got nobody.
Yeah, you do. Go to free agency that you always go to then.
We don't have any other options right now.
What do you guys know? You can go sign a kicker off the it's clear as that you can sign a kicker off the couch. They do it all the time in NFL.
13 minutes left. We got 13 minutes left.
Well, I'm 13-minute me.
I'm telling you, bro. 12 minutes now.
You was on CP time.
2 hours is my max, bro.
I gotta finish checking anyway, man.
Man. Before we go though, I'm gonna share the screen. I'm gonna give my people another 30 seconds, man. I'm gonna give my folks another 30 seconds, man. Let's give them.
I want my full 12 minutes. Are you gonna do a Hijabi? Oh, it's blasphemy. What the fuck is he cooking?
There you go.
Can you go back to the girl with the whisk? Can you go back to the girl with the whisk? Let's go back to the girl with the whisk. Just go back to the girl to Restream. See, I'm in this type of mood right now.
How's he making special requests?
Can you go? No, Twan,
Talking about-
Twan.
Can I
Twan,
go
You better
back?
give me
just go
12.
back
You
to
better
the girl
give me
with the
12
wrist.
minutes.
Like that pissed me off in so many ways. Y'all out your mind for telling me Carlson has to go.
I didn't say he gotta go.
Everybody is.
I'm saying somebody needs to come in with some competition so he
I
don't.
think the special team coach needs to get fired after after what's been happening with his.
Most people been feeling that all for like forever now.
I ain't gonna lie. Him.
I'm with the special teams thing because the reason why I didn't do what you doing Wednesday last week is because it was on special teams, and this week it seemed like it's gonna be on special teams. So you guys might miss 2 weeks of what you doing Wednesday just because that's just simply what it is. Special teams ain't special.
Look, I'm on vacation. There is might not be tomorrow. Saturday I got a birthday. I might do something Sunday. I'm about to go in on this coaching staff, man. This look, man. I'm getting blackballed for shit like this. I know that the girl in her job was looking good. But can you please go back to that girl with the wrist though, Daddy?
Hey, look, he gonna send you the video.
No, Twan. I don't want him to send me the video. No.
Later on tonight.
Did you watch what she was doing? Did you watch what she was doing?
I don't care. I barely be watching it anyway.
I know.
Sometimes walk away.
Please, just play.
I be trying to give me a soda. I be trying to, you know what I'm saying? I just order me some DoorDash.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You wouldn't need a DoorDash for what she was cooking. You wouldn't need a DoorDash for what she was cooking.
Well, then you handle that.
No.
I
want you to tell me what she was cooking. What was
I don't know what was on the menu because I wasn't trying to order.
Yeah. Can you just be kindly good, sir, and rewind that and just go back to the girl with the whisk and the bowl?
Just go ahead and send him the tape. You
No.
know what I'm saying?
Just play the tape. No, you play the tape.
Yeah, no.
Well, look, Twan, she wasn't cooking a goddamn thing. This bitch was just look. The whisk wasn't even in the bowl, and she was acting like she was stirring something, like she was whipping something up.
D Menace, good looking out on the super chat, bro. I sure enough appreciate you, man. I appreciate
you. Menace, man. Oh, look.
Hey, wasn't she though, Charles? Wasn't she? Wasn't she?
Oh, what?
He said Twan wants the midget Shirley to watch.
No, I'm good.
Last 8 minutes, man. Last 8 minutes, man. What?
At the end of the day, this was a great learning experience game and an opportunity to build on because this was a game that they were supposed to win and still. The reason why I'm so frustrated is because this coaching staff and this organization isn't going to properly nurture the young guys, isn't going to properly criticize the right guys, and they're just going to turn the locker room even further upside down than it already is. If you're going to be critical of one person, you better be critical of everybody the same way, especially if they're both fucking rookies. And if they make a mistake, cool. Coach me the same way. Because if you're not going to coach me the same way, at the end of the day, I am a man. I am a man in the NFL. And I'll be damned if you're going to treat me like I'm some secondhand citizen because you think he's fucking better than me when he's not. He's not producing. He's not delivering. He's not doing nothing. If he was, then absolutely I have to change my tune, but he's not. And right now we have a young nucleus of guys that can do something, that need to be coached, nourished, and allowed to make mistakes. I remember Detroit Lions. Drake London was dropping balls all fucking time in his rookie season over there in Atlanta. They weren't benching him. Amon-Ra was dropping balls. I mean, shoot, Jaden Daniels making mistakes, Caleb Williams making mistakes. Other guys is making mistakes, but they get the opportunity to correct or make up for their mistakes. Do the same here. Those are successful organizations they're turning their whole organization around. They allow the mistakes to happen and they correct and coach the mistake properly. It wasn't a dumb mistake. It was just, hey, you got to be focused, kid. You got to focus all the way through. That was a coaching moment. And you turned it into a blaming moment. You don't build organizations that way. You don't turn your organization around or become a place where free agents are going to want to go. Again, we traded another free agent away on bad terms. We're not getting a good track record out there for anything that we're doing. No one wants to come to I'm telling y'all for a fact. I've talked to people. No one wants to come to the Raiders. No one. You come. The MO is you go there to die. That goes for coaches and players, GMs. When you become a GM for the Raiders, you don't have a career after that. Look at the last three. Yeah, I'm JT, man, king of controversy, Mr. Overview for himself. That's all I got, man. I'm about to go pack. I got a birthday party on Saturday to go to for my little niece. Thank you, Dirty, for allowing me to be here. Twan, I'm joining you on your 2-for-1 special show, man. 2-for-1 podcast. I'm about to come over there, man. I like this. I appreciate the back and forth. I love it when we don't agree because we see the perspective 3 different ways. I don't think any of us agreed. I disagreed. Y'all disagree. We disagree. But we all saw something that can help the team improve. Hopefully it gets to the right people so they can see that too. I know I'm right. I know y'all believe y'all think y'all right, but I know I'm right. But thank you again. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Everyone else have a good night. Hope y'all enjoy a wonderful competitive game, even though it was ugly. It was a good game. I enjoyed it. And for those that thought we should tank, you should be happy we lost. But I wanted to know, how did y'all feel when we lost, though? If you're someone who wanted to tank, how did y'all feel after today's game? And if you felt frustrated or upset about it, you really don't like to tank. So stop saying it. You don't want to tank. You don't want to. Nobody does. It's not a good feeling.
No, nobody wants to tank. I don't know why people say that. Honestly, don't know why people say that.
And we don't need a tank because we suck as it is already. Should have never fired AP. I was all for Pete, but looks like you're wrong, Raider Rome. I told y'all was wrong. Pete was never going to be the answer. If it was like 10 years ago, yes. Nah, maybe even 12. Now, Pete by himself can't do it. Pete had a team. Pete had a process. Pete had a program and a plan. When he came here, he had none of that. And no one saw that. When he came here with just luggage for one person, I said, this is going to be a shit show. This is going to be a shit show. And I see a lot of you podcasters out there starting to change that tune about Pete. Talk about how old he is and all this and that. Don't do that now. That was all for the culture and all that, right? Y'all was all for the change and the mentality and the championship mentality he had. Now y'all want to change your tune, saying he's old, washed, and that's lame of y'all to do that, man. It's very lame of y'all to do. You know. But yeah, man. It just made it worse because it was a division game, man. We had this. It was just right there for the taking, and just three plays. changes the whole dynamic of this game. Because so I got a question for y'all too before I get out of here. Even if DT catches that ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we get in the end zone?
No, maybe. Possibility. I don't know.
The thing about that play though is if he would have caught it, even if he caught it and went out of bounds at where he was, we were in play for a very short field goal. And that would have that would have tied the game. So it would have been either a tie game, or we would have had even with the time that was left on the clock, there was still an opportunity for us to go get that 7. But if nothing else worked out after he caught that ball, it would have been points.
I think it would have been 10-7 us. It would have been 10-7 us going in the half, and then Denver gets the ball out the half.
Exactly. So it wouldn't have been a position where the Broncos they scored and we gave them another opportunity to score. They could have doubled up. I'll say it like that, because they had the ball at the end of the quarter, and then they had the ball coming into the second half.
All right.
Well,
can I ask one more question before I get out? I know it's just. Can I ask one more?
The last question.
So what was y'all takeaways from today's game?
Motherfucker, I just asked you that.
No, you did.
I did. That was the last thing I asked, bro. Closing out, what was y'all takeaways from today?
I didn't hear that part.
You went on this long ass fucking rant and didn't.
I'm telling you, man. I'm mad, man. I told you, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm so mad.
Ask that fucking question.
Listen, Linda.
So that was great. I'm
gonna have to actually make that part of the clip. Make that one of the shorts, bro. I just asked you that.
So what was your takeaway, Twan?
Better execution. Schematically, I like what I saw. Patrick Graham didn't change anything because what defensively has been working overall. Not saying every game has been perfect, but it's been working. The issue is that our offense hasn't came up to bat. So I want better execution. I can't even put it on Chip. Wide receivers are open. There's opportunities for plays to be made, and they're not making them.
Facts.
For me, finally somebody's showing a little bit of leadership. Frustration is boiling over. And we have coaches who don't know how to do X's and O's. We have coaches who don't know how to properly manage young men. We have guys who know football. We have guys who don't know how to coach and preach. And this would probably be the first time I saw a football team. This is the first time I saw a football team take a field and fight together. I'll say that. It was the first time I looked at them as a football team, not just football players playing a game.
For sure. For me, my takeaway was the defense can play. They can perform. They can be successful. The offense has to find a way to step up and beat the odds that are against them. That's just facts. The offense has to dig down deep somewhere and find who they are and what they want to be. Too much up and down. Either you're going to be good, you're going to be middle of the pack, or you're going to be bad. but you can't be all three in one game. You cannot be all three in one game. So, yeah, for me, I'm putting this loss on the offense, man. The offense just did not put the ball in the end zone with the opportunities that they were given. They didn't put it through the uprights either. Nope, there is no one more. You had your
No. I said they scored one touchdown.
So what? Yay. Was it enough to win? No. But we are going to go out on a good note. I got one more 30-second clip for my peoples before we leave up out of here. Go ahead and share my 30-second clip one more time, ladies and
Way to
gentlemen.
go, the whiff.
No, get something new.
I think that's it right there.
There you have it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
It's so easy to be
Last 30 seconds of the night. Last
So
30 seconds of the night. As always, ladies and gentlemen, 50 billion things on the face of the planet you could be doing. The fact that you allow me to grace your screen for me is great. Appreciate it. Verbally expressed.